All right, I'm just sitting here deciding if I'm team flower or team no flower. I really like the look of the granny square. Um, I'm a fan of the granny square, but I have about 50 flowers made because I love making flowers as well. So I think I'm going to add some flowers to a few of these bags. What do you think? The flowers that I'm using, I've made using a pattern by Daisy Cottage Design. It's an older flower. I've made these flowers for probably, I would say, 6 or 7 years now. And it's just a really nice, easy flower to make. It would look great on an Afghan, on pillows, on any of those kind of things. But another thing that you can do with flowers like this is you can upcycle clothing that you already have. Something like this would look great on the back pocket of a blue jean, jean shorts. You could add it to, you could actually make a scarf with them by attaching a bunch together, and that would be kind of a neat thing. A few things that I've done differently is here's the daisy, here's this, and you can make them in any weight of yarn that you've got as well. But on this one, I added a little center to it, so it's just a little circle that I've formed into a little ball. You could add stuffing to it if you wanted to, but it just gives it another little feel. So I kind of like that one too. And another thing that I've been doing lately is I've been making a lot of these centers with a croc charm in the center. Now, the croc charm itself, I just add it to the magic ring, and when I close up the magic ring, it's in the center. So you don't have to worry about it falling off. You don't have to worry about having to glue it down. And it just kind of makes a neat little addition to many things. So here, for instance, it looks really pretty in the center of this flower. This flower, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, no, I just used, I think I doubled my yarn on this one, or it's a thicker yarn, so it made a bigger flower. But it looks really nice in the center. And that would look really pretty on the back of a jean jacket, on a book bag, on a little crocheted granny square purse as well. But there's so many things that you can do with things when you don't have a lot of extra yarn at home and you're just working with the scrap yarns that you've got. I really like using these croc charms in the center. Here's a couple more circles that I've made using the croc charms in the center. And as you can see, so I've just done rows. It's just a circle. Most of us know how to make a circle that crochets. And stuff like this, even if you didn't crochet, you could find someone that did. And you've got little patches that you can add to all the things that you add patches to. Even a pair of blue jeans that maybe has a hole in it. You're gonna be able to use that to cover the hole. And they look really kind of cool. The other bag that I'm working on, I've used one of these circles, and it is the sunburst pattern, and I just haven't made it into the square shape. I've kept it in the circular shape. And what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to sew from about here all the way around to there, and then leave the top opening about that much, so that you're able to throw in a couple, your loose change, a lighter. And these bags are really just more decorative than they are useful as a purse. So, throw in your wallet, throw in your ID. It'll hold your keys. What I'd probably do is keychain them. Use a keychain and attach your keys onto the bag itself as the keychain, and then they can be hanging down. And even if you had pom-poms, that's kind of cool. And then you could add your keychains, and so there's so many things that you can do with scrap yarn. Pom-poms are one thing that are fun to make, and the easiest way to make pom-poms, if you don't have a pom-pom maker, is, let me just grab one here, to wrap it around cardboard. And this is the easiest way to make a pom-pom. You're just going to, I would make it smaller, but you're just going to tie it off in the center and cut it to the way that you want. And that's an easy way to make a pom-pom. Maybe I'll do a little video to show people that don't know how to make pom-poms the way we used to when I was growing up. And from this point, we used to make pom-pom animals. So I just wanted to show you guys kind of what you can do with scrap yarn, and the value of using what you have and not stressing out. I know we see lots of videos on YouTube and places like that, and it's all about people's yarn stashes and how they've got walls and walls of yarn, and you might not have that yarn at home, and you might like some ideas on what to do with scrap yarn that you have at home and the little bits and pieces that someone might give you, or if you're learning how to learn with what maybe a neighbor might be able to supply you with, and start from there. So that's kind of what my channel is going to be about, is using up scraps of yarn, old techniques that we used to do when we were growing up and we didn't have a lot of craft supplies and things like that. Like right now, I'm seeing this, and if I cut into here, I could add eyes, and I could turn that into almost like a little owl. I can see an owl here. So that's kind of the kind of person I am, is I see things that maybe other people don't see, and I'd love to share that knowledge with other people, or I get such excitement in doing something, and then I see right away what it could be, and I'll say something to my husband, and he'll laugh and say, "Oh yeah, I see that, Jody," but he has no idea what I'm talking about until I'm done. So, but yeah, and this video was not going to be about this, but now, see, so I've got a wood block like this. I could glue this onto here, add some eyes, and, you know, use my scissors and cut some stuff out and shape it up a little bit, and that could be a really cool little fun project for kids to do with their mums and dads. So yeah, so that's what I'm about. I'm about trying to find new things to do with, and as you can see, I like to keep my hands busy. But my channel is going to be about little things and making things from what little you have at home, and just bouncing ideas off each other. I'm hoping I'm able to go live at some point, and then we'll be able to really bounce ideas off each other. So if you like any of what I've just said, or if you've watched this far, if you could subscribe, like, and comment, that would mean the world to me. And yeah, so I guess I'm team whatever there is lying around and making it into something special. And I'm actually really excited to do something with this pom-pom now. Isn't that funny? And that's actually part of my biggest problem too, is I have made so much stuff that is not being used, and hopefully through this channel I'm able to inspire people to use what they have, finish up lots of stuff that they've started. Or if you're like me and have, you know, 50 flowers made and a big bag of granny squares that could be turned into a lot of different things, and I've probably got 175 circles like this made. So if you're like me, maybe scrap yarn addicts could be a term we could use, but I like using what I've got, and I like making things different. So as I said, thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed even a portion of this video. and maybe these crock charms are something that you can do and make yourself. And if you do, let me know in the comments, and I'd love to see what you've made. So thank you so much. Bye.